This is Dr. Keith Miller coming to you again. Today I'm standing here with Christy, who is a exercise physiologist with LifePoint. What are the basic guidelines for the average person to help protect their heart from cardiovascular disease as far as exercise?
Basic guidelines for bare minimum health are to be exercising at least 150 minutes per week. That's going to be something that's going to increase their heart level, something where they're going to be breathing a little bit harder than normal, moderate intensity.
If I came to you as a client, a 52-year-old guy who maybe, hasn't been doing the best with exercise, how would you approach that discussion off the bat?
I would probably suggest first is let's get to know each other. Get to know each other health history-wise, so I know what kind of ailments you're dealing with. Want to know, are there any joint issues? Are there any family history issues that I need to be worried about? So that we can structure an exercise plan appropriately for you.
What do you think of running as an exercise in general?
Running can be an option as long as you don't have any orthopedic concerns that are bothering you. I'd also say that running, it depends on how long you've been away from exercise, if that's the first place I'd start. I'd probably start you with a walking program, a walking running program, maybe a little more interval style of training.
So I downloaded this running program, 12-week program for beginners, and there's a lot of emphasis on recovery periods between runs, and there's emphasis on running at a conversational pace. And I'm going to tell you, I haven't found a conversational pace short of walking. My heart rate is usually pegged between 90 and 100% of my age predicted maximum using the 220 minus your age equation, which puts me right around 170.
Okay.
So how bad is that?
I would say that's probably more of a high intensity, but there's different ways to also calculate your heart rate. So there's the age predicted, which works for the general population. If you've been an exerciser throughout your lifetime, maybe the Carbonin method might be a method for you. That also considers your resting heart rate as well in there. So for some people that's could be appropriate because you're thinking theoretical max, and unless you actually went to the doctor and had that tested, then you will not know what your true max is.
You know, a lot of my patients are in their 60s, 70s, and even in their 80s. And we know that I think even after the age of 30, you naturally tend to lose some lean muscle mass over the years, and especially as patients get older, 50s, really more 60s, 70s, and 80s, frailty becomes an issue, and doing things to maintain muscle mass is important. You kind of agree with that concept? And
I most definitely agree with that concept. It's going to lead into better results with your daily activities. It's going to lead into, like you said, as far as balance is concerned, but even the more muscle mass that you have, the less your heart has to do. Your heart is a muscle, and it's taking all the brunt if you don't have muscle mass.
I have read some things that I think, some studies that say a more kind of cross-training type exercise program that engages more muscle groups and involves some resistance training actually ultimately is better in terms of calorie burn than just long distance running or something like that in endurance sport.
The big thing that's out there probably that you're talking about are the HIIT type programs, the high intensity interval training programs. Can be beneficial and can work very well for weight loss. There's a higher risk of injury for those, so you need to be careful about how frequently you do those. You do not want to do those on a daily basis, most definitely.
So there's a lot of people that don't have a lot of experience with exercise and they don't even know where to begin. What do you tell them?
That's where I would definitely probably recommend to do some personal training, even if it's just for a half an hour once a week, so that they can get you started making you feel comfortable in a program, whether it's exercise equipment, whether it's going out for a gentle walk. You got to start somewhere. You got to get off the couch first.
So at LifePoint, do you have to be a member to come and purchase a few sessions with a trainer?
You do not. In fact, half of my clients are people that are not members here.
Okay. Well, thanks again for being a part of this video series, and look forward to working with you in the future.
Thanks for inviting me.
All right.